Hey, what up, shots? What's up, guys? I had some technical difficulties here, but it's done. I hope you can hear me well. That's why I'm wearing this microphone here. Um, all right, then. I know I've been out of the game for a while. Several things have happened. I am planning new products, content that I will be creating from another place. Anyway, so today, the hey, let me say hello. So today we're gonna be talking about this company called Ctrip or Trip.com. You may know it. It's basically a Chinese company, but it has gone worldwide. So they are actually um, doing business well, it's online, so it's basically everywhere. So as you can see in the description of the video, like I did not plan on making this video because I did not have any problem with them until I did, right? Of course. Um, thing is, I booked a ticket, and since the beginning, I checked. I mean, I did it like as probably many of you do, like with a month or so in advance, whenever you can, of course. Um, so I booked the ticket. I checked with them everything that I could, and there was a mistake. When I arrived to the port, they wouldn't let me. They wouldn't give you the ticket because they told me that the information was wrong. It was about the limit on the limit on my baggage, right? So, anyways, I don't wanna tell you the long story, right? So I called customer service, right, at the moment, and I told them what was going on. So they checked in their system and they told me like, oh yeah, sure, there's a problem here. We still have the information that you got, so what I bought, and apparently the counter was wrong. So, but they couldn't fix it. So they told me like, no problem, just pay whatever you have to, and then you will be refunded, right? Um, all right then. So I did, and I was expecting a prompt refund, right? Um, just for the record, I have used Ctrip for a while. I don't know, years probably. Never had any problem. But this time, after it's been more than a month, waiting for a ridiculous refund of $78 or so, and I've been neglected service. I've been basically mocked online because they just keep on asking me the same question, like hoping for me to get tired, probably, and then forget about the refund, or like I don't know what's their game really. And I tried talking to them so much, like I sent I don't know, probably about 100 emails, right? I tried my best to deal with it the best way, in an amicable way, right? Because nobody got time to really deal with this kind of shit, um, until there's any other option, right? As a consumer, as a client, I believe that we cannot be expecting companies to treat you however they want. In my opinion, we are important. We are the clients. Plus, this is a service type of company. If the people are not important, then they are in the wrong business. I believe it's not like you bought a T-shirt, right? And then just like, okay, yeah, just return it, and then we'll change the size or whatever for you in an easy way. Like it's not the same. Like they really, in my opinion, they really have to be taking care of the customer and their needs and listening to them. But I believe what is happening is that one of their many call centers in Pakistan or India or God knows where are getting the messages, the emails, right? So they just circle around with the information that they can, um, and asking me the same question all over, and sending details, and because they always ask me like, okay, send me your balance, show me that you haven't received it, and what is your question and what's the story. So that's kind of like the story. One more thing is that I have been authorized that refund, the reimbursement, because I mean, I do have the proof. I have actually 2 or 3 emails where they say like, yes, we're ready. Just tell us if you want US dollars. Tell us if you want to get the money the same way you paid. I mean, to the same account, and tell us, give us your details and whatnot. And yet they haven't made the deposit. So all this, you might be wondering like, what the hell, Luis? Like, it's just $78. Just let it go and be happy and whatever. Like, so in the beginning, I was about to do that. Like, I was like, okay, well, I don't have time for this shit really. Like, I have to do stuff. And plus, I've never called out a company like that. I mean, like this way, ever. Like trying to um, get their attention um, in a different way. Like, the power of social media. Like, we can do it. We all can do it. We all can go to Twitter, on Instagram, and Facebook, and anywhere you can find them. Basically, now, in my opinion, companies have to be uh, held accountable, right? Like, they have to respond to you. They cannot ignore you. They cannot mock you. They cannot make fun of you, thinking that they can do whatever the hell they want. No matter which company is it, um, which turns out to be a shitty company, and I'm gonna elaborate on that. So then what happened was, I after, like, again, like dozens of emails and the same bullshit response all the time, like, okay, show me that, tell me this, why not, and all this jazz. I decided to look for them online because I didn't want to do it before, right? I was trying again to do it on a civil way, on an easy way, an amicable way, right? Not involving um, lawyers and stuff. But then, yeah, I went online, and of course they do have Instagram, which I believe is trip.com, Facebook the same, trip.com, and what else they have? Well, they do have WeChat, if you are familiar with WeChat in China, or well, it actually works in other countries, but anyway. Um, where else I found them? I guess that's it. So anyway, I started direct messaging, like, okay, I've been neglected service. I would like to know, who do I have to talk to, because again, same thing. We cannot be expecting somebody from a corner of Southeast Asia to solve the problem, right? Because they do not have the power to do so. So I was telling them, like, okay, call somebody, send an email to somebody in charge, somebody able to fix this, and have them call me, because it's been more than a month, and I'm not going to give you any more details, because I've already given my data to, I don't know, God knows, um, probably 20 people in the company. Well, in the company, right? Because again, the call centers, that I believe is what's happening. Um, so, and nobody really can fix it, the problem. So they didn't respond, and I was actually arguing the same, giving those facts to those people, and telling them, okay, well, then give me a number, right now. Tell me your name, your employee number, um, your department, and a direct number, and I'm gonna call you. You know, if you're in China, because the company is Chinese, just give me the number right now. I'm gonna call you. And the last person, some destiny person, uh, somewhere on, I believe that was Twitter or Instagram. Anyway, she told me, like, yeah, I do work for the company, and I can help you and whatnot. And I was like, okay, give me a direct number right now. I'm gonna call you. If you say that you really can help me, then let's do it. And guess what? She was full of shit. Of course, because of course she's not in China. Like I was stating before to her, actually. You must be somewhere in Southeast Asia and you cannot solve the problem. And it's been more than a month and I'm tired and I'm not going to give you all the information again because you cannot solve this, you know? So then that's like kind of like my background story. Then what happened was I started reading the comments right after my direct message into their social media. Then I was like, okay, let's check their posts and let's see what they're doing. And that's when I opened the sewer. You know, you have to see, you have to go. Don't trust my word for it. Don't take my word for it. Really, um, I'm an honest guy, and I will not be just going after a, a company like this one just because I'm stupid, right? I do believe that I have a legitimate right against them, and I'm gonna do what's right just for justice because, like I said, I uncovered something that I was not expecting to see. So reading your comments, at least, and again, go for it right now. Go open Ctrip on Instagram and well, trip.com and Twitter and Facebook, and you will see at least on the last, let's say, 10 posts, on the last 10 posts, you will see at least a dozen people claiming that they didn't get their refunds, that they got stranded at airports because the booking was not successful, that they didn't because they're damages, of course, right? It's not just the fact that in my case that I didn't have the stated amount of weight for traveling, right? So my problem wasn't that big if you think about it this way. Like as you will read on their social media, there were many more that actually lost medical treatment because they didn't get there on time. They got stranded, and who paid for their hotels. And again, customer service, the shitty customer service that they have, didn't really know what to do. They didn't give them an answer straight up. They're supposed to have 24/7. That's why they do have all these, I don't know, a dozen or something more, because they claim to have millions of users, right? So probably a dozen or a few dozens of call centers, right? So any of those guys, of course, knew what to do. But the real problem here is that there should be a manager of those guys that most likely cannot solve problems as well, but that has the direct contact to the main customer service in Shanghai, in the headquarters of the company. That's the problem. That's what pisses me off, you know, because they do not have to make fun of you and have you going around chasing your tail all the time with the same freaking question all the time. Like, show me that, tell me that, why not? I'm sorry, apologizing for whatever. It's a bot response, and then there's like a small sentence or a small paragraph where they actually insert their thought, and they, let's say, try to solve the problem, but the only thing they can do is what the system shows them, right? Because they do have a system. I mean, call centers are not that bad. It's bad when you do not have people in charge of them and another head above all of them, so you can solve problems. And again, this is a service company. This is not just any type of selling products company, selling goods, which would be easier. There's no problem. If I buy the wrong size of shoes, there's not a problem. Nothing's gonna happen to me. I'm not gonna be stranded in a foreign country, or I'm not gonna be denied boarding because I'm going to another country just because I got the wrong uh, shoe size, right? I mean, there's no implications on those companies, but this one, there's so many problems whenever you are denied boarding, or you get this problem. So there are damages. There's so many people that you will see on this video. You will see They're gonna share their experiences. So if Ctrip thought that we were helpless, if they thought that we were just not gonna, let's say, put up a fight, a legal one, of course, right? Because we do have probable cause. Uh, just in my case, I do have two official emails from the company, God knows where or who is answering those messages. But somebody answered me that yes, it was authorized. Yes, they were gonna do it and never did. So that's just my case. But all the other guys that have been communicated, like we have been communicated among each other, they have their own stories. You will see. You will see what kind of problems the company caused them just because somebody fucked up in their system, in their customer service, and their managers in charge of those departments. Booking department, customer service department, God knows which other department. Like I told them when I was actually trying to reason with them, it's not the problem of you. I'm gonna call it again destiny because it's just like it's just funny that the fact that, or there are so many names they just put like Bob or Dylan or Helen or whatever. Like, well, probably they do exist, but again, like they're just useless at this point. Anyway, if they say, yeah, we're gonna fix it, and they don't, and again they cause you problems, and you will hear from those guys. You will hear from those guys their experiences. They do have their proof. Um, this is just a channel. This is just the medium of for us to show and to open up this cloak, right? This sewer, because there's a lot of shit there. It stinks. It feels like they're running a scam. It feels that it's a big con, fraud. It wouldn't be the first time. Just a quick example. This is not the moment, of course, to talk of those cases. But again, if you're familiar with China, because I used to live in China, right? If you're familiar with China, there used to be these bike sharing companies, like a lot, a few very, very popular, like Ofo or Mobike or Blue Go Go, which was like actually in this order, first, second, and third most popular ones. Anyway, Ofo, the first one, bankruptcy. They apparently went on debt, which surprises me. Again, this is not the topic, but it's very interesting. If you, I'm sure some journalists are already trying to connect the dots, but if you think about, like, they were charging, I forgot if it was 50 to 100 yuan, which is about, like, let's say 6 3 um $20 probably, something like that, per person, to download the app and to be able to use the bikes in the country. There were millions of people. Well, if they have that kind of money, how did they got it uh, owing that much debt, having that much debt? Plus, they were charging, which was ridiculous. They were charging nothing, like a few cents of a yuan for using the bikes, indeed, in the country. But in fact, the business of those companies was not exactly sharing and getting money from using the bikes, but from the deposits. So anyway, they went on bankruptcy, right? Sorry, that was awful. Then the third one, Blue Go Go, the CEO disappears, 58 million US dollars, something like that, on deposits. So again, their business was not really the renting, right? It was the deposits. What I'm trying to say with this example is that huge companies like that do disappear, and they might be running a scam as well, or they were running scam, you know. So it wouldn't be surprised that Ctrip, which by the way lists on the Hong Kong stock market as from 2021, I think. Yeah, if you can check it out. I mean, again, this is not a finance class, but anyway, or a newspaper. Anyway, yes, even a huge company like this could go out of bankruptcy. And the problem is that, I mean, we don't care about it, of course, but the problem is that they are scamming people. And again, they are doing it worldwide. The company is not that old. It's not that you're talking about an airline, right? You're talking about a travel agency slash website, whatever, like this type of service, right? And again, just like I believe they started in 1999, so it's like 22 years in the market, and they have gathered enough people, and again, they are, as from last year, they started listing on the Hong Kong stock market and whatnot. Maybe it's a good time to file for bankruptcy, right? um, it would be awesome if any journalist is listening to this or listens to this can pick it up on this. Hopefully I'm wrong, and all the other dozen people that so far gathered are wrong. We're wrong, and this is just like a small mishap, small mistake on our cases. um that would be my best hope, really. Just stupid manager that is not doing their job, fire them, and that's it. Fix it, because again, like I said, never had any problem before. But anyway, if they pick up this story, probably we're talking about the next UFO or Blue Go Go, or and there's a lot of money to be made on that, because again, on the cases that you will find later on this medium, on the Math and Crew channel, you will be listening to their own stories. They're gonna share whatever they want on dates, on their itinerary, and what happened with them. And some guys just arrived to the airport straight up, show the phone, and the counter told them, like, sorry, there's no booking on that number. Imagine that shit. You have plans. People have plans. Plus, during these times of COVID, it's critical that you make count any travel itinerary you have, any booking that you have, because we have to be places again. We have to move carefully, but move. Thankfully, the situation is a little bit better now and whatnot. But again, the point is that. So you can just imagine what it feels when you arrived and you cannot fly, you cannot board. Again, in my case, it was just about, like, fortunately, like I always take my time. I arrived there like an hour and a half ahead. When I found out that, I had to, unpack, get another suitcase, pack again, wait, and do all the process. And it was a nightmare. China, with their zero tolerance policy on COVID, it was just so fucking difficult getting out of the country. So I almost missed it, And I told them, when I explained to them the situation, I told them, I almost missed my flight because of you, because of your problem. And I do have screenshots of the time I called, of course, with the number that I called, which belongs to them, their customer service. I have screenshots of their website, everything that they sold me. And when I talked to them, they still said, like, oh yeah, sir, yeah, by the way, yeah, sure, we still have the same information that you have. It's very strange that they do not have that information. And I was like, are you kidding me? So if you do know that, just tell me how to fix it. Then after they told me how to fix it, I fixed it, and now they don't want to pay. And again, it's ridiculous, because for $78, having this much of bad reputation, bad image, bad marketing, I think they feel untouchable, to be honest. That's what they are doing. They don't give a shit, because they know nobody can touch them yet, right? Because nobody organized, because nobody thought there were that many people involved in these kind of scams or fraud or problems or whatever you want to call it, or attempted felonies, let's say, because is yet to be discovered. Again, my best hope is that It's just a stupid manager that is not doing their job, is not even filtering their emails or getting the information straight and analyzing. And the people in the Philippines, in Pakistan or India or Bangladesh or, you name it, elsewhere, Mexico, whatever, like they do not know how to fix that, of course, and they can't. It's not, again, destiny's problem, right? It's the manager, it's the company. Somebody has to be responsible for this. And I'm just appalled that them being in the service industry, they don't really give a fuck about customers. They don't. I've been played for over a month for $78. I read about people going for months waiting for a refund, months. And they didn't show them where, because they asked them, like, okay, show me where in the contract or in your regulations, in whatever I signed, show me where it says that you cannot give me a refund. For those guys, again, me, two authorized from different email accounts, official email accounts, already authorized, and yet the money is not coming. So I wonder, that's why it's all this. Like, I really wonder, like, if my $78 cannot come through, so what's going on with their finances? You know, what if this is a biggest con? What if they are the next Blue Go Go, OFO, or I'm sure you guys in China or elsewhere in the world know about some of the Chinese companies that are just, you know, appearing and disappearing. Oh, I do have other stories, by the way. I have planned a video on training schools. That's gonna be great because I actually have contracts and shit. Like, it's gonna be good. But anyways, just a quick spoiler. When I was there, like 2 3 times, yeah, 3 times actually, I went to get my money, my payment. And when I arrived there, companies disappeared. So it wouldn't be the first time. Like, they do know how to do this shit. It wouldn't be the first time that they open a company, let's say, make them flourish, and then just disappear with the money, right? Like, those cases, of course, I lost some money. Um, but again, like, what could I do? First is China. It's just so fucking difficult as a foreigner. Second, how do you find them? Those guys didn't have a website, right? Well, that's the case. Anyway, that's a quick spoiler. You're gonna like that video. On those cases, actually, there's a few videos out there. Like, if you guys do not follow Lao Y86 and Serpent ZA, fellow China tubers, well, now they're not in China. They made it out as well. But anyway, check the videos. Like, they do have great insight. They do their own um, research, and they they put out great content. So again, this is just like, again, it wouldn't be the first time that a company opens and appears and disappears out of nothing. Now this is a major scale, right? Just like the millions of people that were defrauded by Blue Go Go or UFO. And again, like, think about those cases. When you have the app and you say, like, oh shit, the company went into bankruptcy, am I going to that province? In the case you're in China, right? That's it. Am I going to that province? Am I going to be wasting my time trying to get my money back? Nobody does. Nobody did. Well, a few people, I guess, probably. Um, I really hope they actually execute a class action lawsuit, right? Because that's what it takes for these companies to actually get responsible, right? But in those cases, I guess in the case of UFO, it was that much in debt that after even the lawsuits, they couldn't pay. There were nothing left for the company to pay the customers. And again, you as a customer, you may be most likely saying that, you know what, it's not worth it. I'm not going to waste my time for 100 yuan, which is nothing there, right? It's like again, like I said, $20, whatever. You would say, like, yeah, sure. I'm not gonna waste my time. No, so that is the case of a lawyer, a really good one, or a firm, of course, which wants to make good money and file a class action lawsuit, because that's um, interesting, attractive for them, because they're not going to take a case of, oh yeah, sure, I want to sue the company because they owe me 100 yuan. No, or I'm going to sue the company because they owe me $80. Like, most likely not. But what about a few dozens that were defrauded and have proof and have probable cause, and now that the company still has liquidity and good finances, how about we sue their ass and make them pay? Because that's what they have to do. This is just called justice. Like I said again, I repeat, fortunately, in my case, after all that nightmare, I could board, I got out of China, thanks God. But what about all the other people that got stranded, didn't get medical treatment, didn't make their other flights, and they lost money? You know, what about them? Who's gonna be responsible for that? There's damages to be paid. You know, we're gonna make sure they do, because again, they cannot think that we customers cannot do anything. So my second shout out is for a good lawyer, a good firm that might be brave enough. And when I say brave enough, it's not that they're not capable. I'm sure they are, and they're good and all. But at the end of the day, it's a Chinese company. Most likely, you're gonna be in good terms with the party. Like, and that means difficult for a firm to sue them. But let's try. Let's see if there's a brave company for inside. I'm sure outside, overseas, that's fine. They don't depend on them. There's not going to be fear of the party going after them in the country. But I mean, the good lawyers everywhere, right? Here in the U.S., everywhere. So there's good money to be made. And again, it's because they mocked us, they made fun of us, they offered a shitty service, and most importantly, that they are, quote unquote, potentially running a fraud, a big scam. It has to be detected, it has to be investigated now. Before we're talking about millions of dollars of people that did not get their flights, did not get their money back. The third shout out is for all the customers that have some sort of experience with ctrip.com, in Chinese, Xiecheng, right? And the new company for tax purposes, I believe, trip.com, trip.com. It's in the thumbnail anyway. Go to their website, go to their social media, ask for people. I mean, this video is going to be around for sure. We're going to get it out there. But ask people if they have been defrauded by the company, if they have been mistreated, lied to, and not given the proper service. So we can and we keep filing evidence, proof, and we demand in due time damages and reparations for us all. Again, this is not just about the fact that they did not pay some money. It's about the fact that they are running a service company and they have to care for the clients. There are laws. If they feel that they're untouchable, they're not. Nobody is. So the laws will protect customers. It happens in every industry. Even big airlines have been held accountable. I don't know who they think they are, but they will have to be responsible for what they did to us. So again, please, if there are fellow journalists out there wanting a good story, there you go. I'll give you this one. Ctrip is running a scam. 2, if there are any lawyers or firms willing to make some money and make this right, drop a comment, leave us a message. We'll give you all the evidence, the proof that you will need to make the proper filing. Also, we're going to be posting their experiences, everybody's experience here. So you will see. Again, it's not me, Mr. Maffin, no, not this time. It's not just me. Nope. There are many people. We cannot let this happen anymore. I'm just surprised and, I guess fortunate. I feel fortunate that I found out this so we can stop them. And 3, all the customers, all the clients that have been defrauded by the company, come out, leave us a message, drop me a message, leave a comment, post this video on their social media. Get them know that we will legally fight. We believe that we have the right. We believe that we have probable cause. And we believe that any company is above the law. Anyone. Nobody is. Nobody. They have to be responsible. They have to take care of their customers. All right. So there you go, guys. That's about it. I hope the message gets around. If there's anybody else, again, that experienced this kind of treatment, mistreatment from ctrip.com, Siachong, trip.com, please come out, send us a message. We're going to keep gathering information. We're going to keep gathering evidence. And let's just hope this is not just a big, big scam like the examples that I gave you. Hopefully not. And hopefully they just, it was just a stupid manager, somebody not doing the job, with their head in their pants, in their ass, doing nothing, collecting the paycheck and, making the call centers fix problems, which stupidly thinking they can. Anyways, hopefully it's just that, and the company comes forward and truly apologizes, pays the people and the damages that has caused us, and they go on with their lives, keep giving the service if they really can do it. But if not, I just hope the investigation gets deep enough to find out what's really going on in the company. Again, do not take my word for it. It's not just me. It's not my $80. Go to their social media. Go before they actually raise the comments. Don't worry, we already took screenshots of everything, but still, go there, find out what the customers have to say about this situation. Real clients, real people that were defrauded. Again, I'm just sad that this situation, my situation, got this deep. But I'm happy at the same time, because if this video actually is the 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 prologue for the next big scandal in China of a company going bankrupt, in bankruptcy, and scamming millions of people. I'm just happy I found out and I ran into it, and somebody can help us out. Again, maybe some radio station, some TV station, some website, journalists, independent journalists can help us dig deeper into this, which really doesn't look good. It does not look good. It really granted the video, it really granted us to get organized and to demand an answer, a proper answer, right? Um, to pay what it's due, to pay damages and reparations for what it cost us, all of us. It's not just me anymore. Again, I'm just a medium and I'm happy I can do it. I shout out to all the Mafakurs, all the fans, all the followers here on Facebook, on Instagram, everywhere to help us, get the message around. Share this video, share it everywhere, cut pieces of it, share the thumbnail, share the link, especially in China. I'm sure there's so many people in China with that problem. And I'm just very worried that we will find hundreds of people defrauded before that. Again, they just forgot. They thought like, yeah, sure, it's not worth my time. I mean, I have a family, or I have to work, or I have to, have things to do. So I'm not going to be pursuing this cause forever. So they prefer to lose $500, even $1,000, whatever it takes. Like it's just, of course, it's not gonna take your life to try to pursue something that for months has been neglected and the company is playing dumb on it, right? But again, let's hope for the best. Let's hope the company comes forward, apologizes, right? Pays what it's due, pays damages and reparations, before it gets deeper. Because this is for you, Ctrip, trip.com, Chong, whoever is listening to this. I don't know your face, you do know mine, and I'm sure you do know all the other people that you have scammed, or somebody in your company is scamming. But we will find who is responsible for that. And again, I just hope, from the bottom of my heart, I just hope it's just a stupid manager that needs to be sacked ASAP. Make a public apology, pay what it's due, pay damages, pay reparations, and move on. Because if this gets deeper, if journalists and lawyers find out more, it's going to be bad for the company. I wouldn't want really that kind of bad rep. And again, it's not the first time a Chinese company has been in trouble. So that's for you, CHM. That's for you, trip.com. And whoever is listening to this, I hope, really hope, you are the person in charge. You are responsible for all this mess, or you take responsibility for all this mess. Fire the person that fucked up and make it right for all of us. That's all, guys. That's all for today. Thank you very much for listening. Oh shit, almost 45 minutes. Sorry, guys. Like, again, this is not the type of content that I want to make. I'm not a journalist. I just believe that I stumble upon something big, and I just want to make it right, just for justice, for for telling all these people that have been defrauded before for big companies like Ctrip, Trip.com, that thought like, oh well, it's a big company, it's not worth my time, I'm just gonna let it go, like, and they did nothing. It's for all of them that, just a reminder, we are the people. We can get organized. We can get responses by law, right? By law. And we will do it. So again, anybody else out there with the same problem before or the same problem right now, take screenshots of all their conversations, emails, everything before they delete them. Send them through. We're gonna keep gathering the evidence and the proof. We're gonna make it right. Thank you, guys. That's it. Yeah, I'm like a preacher right now. All right then, guys. Cheers. Peace out. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for all your support all these years. And again, just please spread the message, share this video. Trip.com is not a trustworthy company. Do not fall for it. Do not fall for it. Don't forget to smile. Boom.